tip-off in an EUP Conference clash. It's the Panthers on their home floor taking on those Newberry Indians. Second meeting of the season between these two teams. A couple weeks ago, Pickford won a foul fest at the JL to Cook down in Newberry, a 73-54 final in that contest. Big game for both teams tonight. The Panthers at 14-1 overall. They will be the number 2 team ranked in the Upper Peninsula when the next poll comes out tomorrow morning. They're only lost to a 15-1 Harbor Springs team over Christmas break. And with a win tonight, the Panthers clinch sole possession of the 2025 Eastern EUP Conference Championship. Meanwhile, Newberry 9-6. They started off 2-5 early in the season, but have won 6 out of their last 8. They are trying to finish in that second spot, but a big week for the Indians, trying to upset Pickford here on the road. They play Brimley Friday. The Indians this past weekend, with 1 week to go before they seed the upcoming state tournament. Newberry is a number 1 seed in their district as of tonight. They need to keep the momentum going before they play Brimley, because if they lose this game tonight, they fall back behind the Bays going into Friday night's matchup. And if Brimley wins that one, they would get the number 1 seed in that other Division 4 district. Pickford will be separate of Newberry and Brimley in the tournament, and they will be heavily favored as the number 1 seed in their tournament as well. So all eyes on conference championships and postseason play as we get you ready to go here in this contest tonight. It is the Newberry Motors pregame show. Big thank you to Kevin Vanetta and the crew at Newberry Motors, the official transportation provider of M123 FM and the E.U.P. Sports Network. We tip this thing off. When we come back, it is M123 FM and the E.U.P. Sports Network.
At Chevrolet, we appreciate your service, and we are happy to provide the most inclusive military offer of any car company. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
High-speed fiber internet is here. Say hello to Highline Internet. With lightning-fast speeds and reliable service, Highline keeps you connected to what matters most. Whether it's streaming TV, gaming, or working from home. No contracts or hidden fees here. Our blazing fast internet gives you the ultimate experience with no more buffering or lag. Plus, our friendly local support team is always here to help. Upgrade your internet today with Highline Internet and experience the difference. Visit highlinefast.com to get started.
I love that our tagline is Your Health, Our Passion. It's definitely a passion for me. I take care of the people that take care of the people.
Helen Newberry Joy Hospital and Healthcare Center's new CEO, Helen Johnson.
But I am really a Northern Michigan girl. I started my career out here as a young nurse in oncology in Marquette. It was so natural for me to be able to move back. It is a different way of life. You just breathe a little easier. My husband and I really are outdoors people. If I'm outdoors around a campfire, get a little bit of smoke in your hair, that is just a happy place for me.
Johnson loves the intimacy of small town healthcare.
Living and working in a rural community gives us a unique opportunity to connect with our patients one-on-one. I want them to say, I was at your hospital recently, and the next thing I want them to say is, and it was great.
Helen Newberry Joy's new CEO, Helen Johnson.
I have had such a great welcome to this community.
Helen Newberry Joy Hospital and Healthcare Center. Your health, our passion.
We are back here in Pickford getting the starting lineups for tonight's contest. Roger Morrison, the encyclopedia, rattling them off tonight here in Pickford for the Indians. They start with number 24, Matthew Rahali. In the backcourt, number 11, Logan Teal, coming off a huge game in the win over Cedarville Detour last week. Caden Hamilton will play in the post. Keegan Martin will run the point tonight. And Sam Rahali out for Coach Nate Moulton. For Tracy Peterson's Pickford Panthers, Owen McConkey. Eli McDonald, he had a huge game against Newberry and that win a couple of weeks ago. One of the fastest and best athletes in the entire UP, Gunnar Bennon, out next. Caden Wiltfong, number 5, was a starter caught up in that foul trouble. And out next, Tommy Story, my good friend Scott Church from the UP Sports Den likes to call him Touchdown Tommy, but he can get buckets too. So, Rahali, Teal, Martin, and Hamilton for Newberry. McConkey, Bennon, Story, McDonald, and Wiltfong for the Panthers. Pickford in the home whites with the purple trim. Newberry in the road blacks with the orange numbers. Rod Priscorn will get us underway here. Rogers making sure he gets every little detail in. Little clock issue. There we go, set for 8 minutes. Mr. Priscorn ready to go, tosses it up. Martin wins the tip to Newberry. Don't see many point guards take the jump. Martin will settle him in. Newberry's going to try and stay patient in the half court, take the air out of the ball a little bit. They do not want to get into a straight scoring matchup with the Panthers. Be patient, create opportunities. Newberry will do most of their damage trying to create turnovers and fast break points off the defensive end. Here's Teal, averaging probably about 14 points per game this year. He and Martin have led the Indians. Rahali, of course, been a great boost since his return from injury. Teal, baseline jumper. That one back iron, no good. This is notoriously a very difficult shot to get place to get shots to fall. Transition layup, no good. Here come the Indians, back the other way. Martin crosses it over. Goes to Teal. Good job by Pickford getting back. The Panthers will match up here. Rahali high post. A little reverse pivot kick out. Hamilton, not your traditional big. He'll help stretch the floor. That's why the Indians like this 5 out. The old Jay Wright Villanova style motion offense. Inside, Martin fade away, rolls off no. Both teams empty. Story up to Wiltfong. Story gets it back. Indians going to go zone, but they're out of rotation. Panthers good looking to miss. Neither team can get them to go. 3-on-2 for the Indians. Teal tries to draw the bump. Nothing. Rebound tipped around to Wiltfong, and now Bennon showing 4 different Panthers bringing up the ball early on in this contest. Newberry trying to trap the corner. Baseline J, no good. Putback doesn't go for McDonald. Teal lost the handle, corrals it, and goes to Martin. No score. Both teams still trying to find their rhythm. Block shot on the drive for Martin. Story the other way. Rahali gets back. Did a good job slowing down the pace of Story. Made him have to adjust. Now, quick outlet. Layup blocked by McDonald, but a follow. Oh, McDonald with the chase down, but Teal gets the putback, and Newberry strikes first, 2-0. But a quick 3 the other way in transition. And both teams on the board now. Newberry trailing 3-2. Here's Rahali working on Bennon. They call a travel. 5:34 to go here, just underway in the opening quarter. This E.U.P Conference matchup. Newberry, a 1-2-2 zone. Rahali's basically sagging to help in the paint, but they've got to get quicker. Got lucky that McDonald caught it on the baseline. He's about 4 steps ahead of Caden Hamilton coming on that baseline cut. Newberry, their big problem in the second half of the first game was they got picked apart on the weak side in the post. Stolen by Bennon. Forced the pass out of the trap. Layup good. 5 in a row for the Panthers after Newberry hit the first bucket of the ball game. Forced pass again. Raholly to Raholly. Sam to Maddie. The cousin connection for Newberry has them back within a point. Man, Pickford, they waste no time getting down the floor. They'll work it around. McConkey, no. Raholly, yes. Now gets hammered, gets taken down. No, don't let that happen, says the baseball coach. Crashing down on both wrists and shoulders. Gives me nightmares from last year. Want to put the kid in bubble wrap sometimes. Mom was probably covering her eyes the whole time. Here's Story off the inbound. Don't know how Newberry didn't end up with that basketball. Triple, good. Bennon buries it. Another 3 for the Panthers. They lead it 8-4. 4:25 to go. Tip stolen. The press for Pickford has opened up a lead. It goes for Bennon, the all-state track star and all E.U.P football selection. Getting it done early. Martin to the free throw line. Newberry can't buy a bucket. Owen Yaden traces it down. Indians will reset. It's been a bit of a track meet here early on. Both teams running the floor. Raholly turn around, no. Yaden scrapping again. Kick out to Teal. Left wing triple, good. 8-7. Pickford on top in a good first quarter. 3:45 to go. Newberry, I believe, entering full strength for the first time in a couple of weeks tonight. Holy smokes. Somebody get a body on Gunnar Bennon. He is on fire early on in this one. Another triple for the Panthers. It's 11-7. Man, Story hammers Raholly, and then he gets fouled on the up and under. Holy smokes. Pickford all over him. They are doing everything they can to deny Matthew Raholly the basketball. 13-7, 3:18 to go in the first. Maddie on the money there. Change for the Panthers. Lee Anderjack coming in. Wanted a clarification on the foul, so they get that to the table. Now Sam going to come in. They're trying to get a quick change. Shots up, no good. Story, skip to the corner, step in, and it's fired off the foot of Raholly out of bounds. Sam Raholly back in. Caden Hamilton will get a breather. Newberry does not have any real traditional size. The big guys are a lanky Yaden, a shorter and stockier Hamilton, Craig Whalen, the bull in the China shop off the bench, and Big E, Ethan Pavey, as well as that one sails out of bounds. Turnovers have been the name of the game for Pickford defensively, and on the offensive end, they have hit everything from deep early on. 15-8 Panthers, 2:54 to go, first quarter. Skip across, head fake. McDonald, nice dump. Story, perfect cut. Back door wide open. And the Panthers come on in, and they've opened up a 9-0 lead. Here's Martin. Raholly steps through. Knocked away. Yaden picks it up. Lefty, no. Couple of bounces. Maddie with it. Goes back to Teal. Quick ball movement. Open 3. Martin off the ball, no. Rebound, outlet. Look at them. 2 guys deep. McDonald. Martin tried to get a piece. Now Newberry runs the other way. Teal, double team, trapped, tied up on the floor. And we get an official stoppage. What do we got going on here? I don't know what they call. Oh, we got blood on the floor. Second straight broadcast for us. We had a lengthy delay last week. Matt Johnson Principal going to come out. Here comes Mama Susan to mop everything up.
Who's his what? Oh, I didn't see. Yeah, it happened really quick.
Newberry with they had to sub Stilson in, so somebody from Newberry's cut up. It's Raholly. He's taped up around, I think the wrist is taped anyway. Trying to see who's missing.
Shit.
So they will work on that. Raholly, Teal. I think Andrzejak was on the floor. They're checking both teams here in the huddle. And it's going to be Pickford basketball out of the corner down to our right in front of their bench. So Stilson into the ball game. Panthers have not done much in the half court. Their transition game been strong. Shot up no good. Martin the rebound. Keegan will bring Newberry up the right side. Works to the corner. Newberry will stay patient. Pickford's kind of sagging off here. They know Sam Raholly, Owen Yaden aren't going to be big threats to score. McDonald from behind takes it away from Stilson. Settle here. Bennon hesitates and drives. High glass and good. My goodness, Gunnar Bennon putting on a show. 19-8. An 11-1 run for the Panthers. And they are forcing the ball into the hands of guys who don't typically handle it. Raholly off a screen. Jumper, no. Stilson going to get called for the push-off. Tough one against the Tribe. Oh, it's Teal who's back on the bench with a paper towel wedged all the way up his nose. So that's a big loss for Newberry here early on. Drive, Bennon collapses, kick. Three is no good. Bodies pile up underneath. Newberry will strip it away. Raholly's going to have to try and go end to end, and he's poked from behind. Oh, and off of Raholly. He doesn't like that one. Panthers calling for the last shot. Story. Oh, hard to pass up wait for the last shot when you get the pick and roll. Panthers on top, 21-8 steal. Reverse layup doesn't go. 3 seconds. Martin, the half-court heave is short. Raholly tried to tip it, but not in time. Fast and furious first quarter here in Pickford. But it's the Panthers who are on top. They lead this one 21-8 in an EUP Conference matchup with M123 FM and the EUP Sports Network.
When it's time to head to the great outdoors, the Fish and Hunt Shop in Curtis has you covered. As your award-winning Ski-Doo, Sea-Doo, and Can-Am dealer, they're your one-stop shop from the water to the snow trails. Whether it's sales, service, rentals, or accessories, they've got everything you need to make your next trip unforgettable. Visit Fish and Hunt Shop on Main Street in Curtis or online at fishandhuntshop.com. The Fish and Hunt Shop, where your next great adventure begins.
At Chevrolet, we appreciate your service, and we are happy to provide the most inclusive military offer of any car company. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
All right, back here in Pickford, ready to start the second quarter of play. Newberry got the first bucket of the ball game. It was back and forth for the first few minutes. 8-7 at one point. Now 21-8 for the Panthers. Newberry basketball. They inbound at half court, working left to right. Teal after the bloody nose. Back in there. Quick ball movement. Martin floats. Bank shot good for the lefty, Keegan Martin. Newberry cuts it to 21-10. Rahali, steal. Newberry's going to have to chip their way back into this thing. Teal, triple no. They got to go one stop, one score. They'll force another turnover. Teal to Rahali on the floor. Bennon bodies him. Man, oh man. Matt Collins into the ball game. Mighty Mac for Pickford. Small in stature, but big in game. Gets his height from his old man. Newberry goes back to the 5 out. Good crowd on hand here tonight, seeing these two schools do battle. It was a pretty good first quarter in the JV game. Then Pickford just pulled away. They win that thing by 37 tonight. So the winning ways continue for the JV Panthers. Martin buries it. Indians have come out with the first 5 in the quarter. Shot up no good on an open look off of Yaden, out of bounds. Pickford is getting right up the floor. They are spotting up and either getting Newberry to fly out on the shot and drive or getting it off before anybody gets there. McDonald, steal, hesitate, no. His own tip
nice
is
recovery,
good.
Nice recovery.
6:35 to go, second quarter. High lob, Rahali. Bodied again. Oh, man, Teal feeling it. Newberry back within 7. They've already cut the deficit almost in half. An 8-2 run for the Indians to start the second. What a pass by Gunnar Bennon.
God.
Little bit of magician work there for Bennon. Yaden to Teal. Gets trapped. Tip. Steal. Bennon, another great look. McDonald just turns. Hits the free throw line jumper.
All day, baby.
Teal will skip it across to Sam Rahali. Maddie to the corner. Lob to McDonald. Tipped right to McConkey. It's good. Pickford runs the floor as well as anybody I've seen. And we got a timeout for the Indians. Strong start to the quarter, but Pickford comes right back. A full timeout. We'll take one as well. It's M123 FM.
I love that our tagline is your health, our passion. It's definitely a passion for me. I take care of the people that take care of the people.
Helen Newberry Joy Hospital and Healthcare Center's new CEO, Helen Johnson.
But I am really a Northern Michigan girl. I started my career out here as a young nurse in oncology in Marquette. It was so natural for me to be able to move back. It is a different way of life. You just breathe a little easier. My husband and I really are outdoors people. If I'm outdoors around a campfire, get a little bit of smoke in your hair, that is just a happy place for me.
Johnson loves the intimacy of small town healthcare.
Living and working in a rural community gives us a unique opportunity to connect with our patients one-on-one. I want them to say, I was at your hospital recently, and the next thing I want them to say is, and it was great.
Helen Newberry Joy's new CEO, Helen Johnson.
I have had such a great welcome to this community.
Helen Newberry Joy Hospital and Healthcare Center. Your health, our passion.
here in the second quarter. Do apologize, had some audio issues there coming out of our last break. 38-18, Pickford on top. Rahali drives, split, stripped. He cannot buy one. Rod Priscorn, I think, is tired of hearing it too. And on the other end, a bump and a foul on Martin. And the shot is good. And you thought Newberry was back in position. Had cut that deficit down in a real hurry. They had this thing to 23-16. A 15-2 run after an 11-2 run in the first. Panthers, they're going to spread the floor now. 3. No. Rebound, Matthew Rahali. 38-18, Panthers on top. Trying to claim the E.U.P Conference title. Rahali dribbled it off of Whalen's foot. Teal double teamed to Martin. Step back, triple, no. Bannon ripped away from Rahali and throws it up. Draws one there. And now Tracy Peterson is mad. So both sides yelling. These two teams played in Newberry. Both coaches were yelling at the referee, and they were agreeing with each other. There's a warning to the bench, and Tracy Peterson sits down. It was unlike anything I had ever seen in that first meeting this year. Coaches were apologizing to each other after no calls, and both arguing the same thing or two separate things. Now a drive and a foul there on the floor. Inbound, Story, top side. Wiltfong will drive. Check that. That's McConkey. Skip to Story. They wanted Wiltfong baseline. Come back out here. Don't know who 50 is. 3 is good. Wiltfong, like an Energizer bunny, just corner to corner on the baseline and finally gets a look. 2:20 to go. It's 41-19. And Pickford going to keep the pressure on here. They're just going to keep trapping Teal and Martin and take it away. Hamilton ends up in the corner. That's not a good spot to be in. Pickford swarms, steals. Bennon the whole way, spins, blindly chucks it. They track it down. Drive and kick, Story, triple. Martin got a piece. Rebound, another try for the Panthers, good. They might have scored every trip down the floor since that stoppage early in the quarter. And now with 1:40 to go before the half, they've opened up a 43-19 lead. Off of Rod Priscorn's head. That should be Newberry basketball. Will be as Rahali will inbound it. Collins comes. McDonald back in. Pickford rolling everybody here. Owen Rychalski, 21. And off the bench as well. Pickford's now in a 1-3-1 trap. Tracy Peterson digging deep into his bag of tricks. Newberry has not seen this all season in terms of a 1-3-1 trap. McDonald almost on the reverse layup. Rychalski tips it to him. Collins fires a pass. Corner. No. And a whistle. And a carry on Teal. Newberry obviously frustrated. Under a minute to go in the half. .54 seconds to play. Collins will bring him up. Panthers plus 24. Drive inside, up and under it goes. They can't miss. They are proving themselves as a top-ranked team here in this one. Newberry just trying to take the air out of the ball here, get the last shot, and head into halftime. Rahali drives, a ton of contact. Back the other way. Martin gets thrown to the floor. Jumper good. Man, 23-16. It's a 24-3 run for the Panthers. Hamilton, buzzer beater. Newberry with a little bit of life. But it's all Panthers here in the first. 47-22 as we head to the half. Coming up on the Newberry News halftime report this week in high school sports from the Michigan High School Athletic Association. More messages as well. It's M123.
Did you know the Newberry News has a print shop? They print business cards, brochures, invitations, window flyers, gift certificates, business envelopes, and so much more. Get all your printing needs done right here at home. For fast service and affordable pricing, call 906-293-8401 and see what the Newberry News Print Shop can do for you.
The winter postseason is upon us, and girls' participation in sports continues to rank high nationally. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Believe it or not, we're into February, and the postseason for all of our sports will be starting soon, if they haven't already started. Follow along and get the latest scores, upcoming games, and news by checking out MHSAA.com. You'll find updated brackets, previews, and finals information there as well. A huge majority of our postseason events are available to watch live on the NFHS network. A monthly pass is just $11.99. Radio and audio feeds are also available primarily through your local radio station. A list of those that carry MHSAA games can be found online. And if you want to buy a ticket and attend, almost everything before the finals rounds can be purchased at gofan.co. That's gofan.co, not .com. Once we hit the semifinals and finals, there are sport-specific tickets you can purchase. Confused on any of that? Again, go to MHSAA.com, click on the sport that you're interested in, and ticket information will be all right there for you. Last year, attendance at girls basketball, individual wrestling, competitive cheer, and boys swimming and diving were all up, and we hope you're a part of even larger crowds this winter. Winter finals are all scheduled for the same locations as last year. That puts team wrestling back at the Wings Event Center in Kalamazoo, individual wrestling at Ford Field in Detroit, competitive cheer at McGurk Arena in Mount Pleasant, gymnastics at Kennewa Hills High School, ice hockey at USA Hockey Arena in Plymouth, skiing up at Harbor Springs, boys and girls basketball at the Breslin Center in East Lansing, and both bowling and swimming and diving at various places by division across the state. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, Mason senior Kason Carswell. He had 22 points and 10 rebounds in a victory over Hazlitt to help keep the Bulldogs undefeated in the league. Chelsea's Jacob Corcoran. He scored an overtime winner on the ice as Chelsea defeated Dexter 3-2, a win that catapulted the Bulldogs into first place in the Southeastern Conference White Division. And to the Vassar girls basketball team. They beat Reese 22-20, ending a 30-game losing streak against the Rockets. McKenna McLeod led the way for the Vulcans with 12 points and 8 boards.
Graduating seniors could qualify for a tuition-free skill certificate or associate degree through the new Community College Guarantee, no matter their GPA or your household income. Or if your child plans to attend a 4-year university or career school, the Michigan Achievement Scholarship Program has them covered. They could get up to $27,500 toward a bachelor's degree or up to $4,000 for career training. Complete the FAFSA to get started at mi.gov/achievement.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
During a high school slalom competition, a skier completes their first run and discovers that their helmet shin guard has broken off. Before the second run, the skier attempts to use the same helmet, arguing that it is still functional despite the helmet's chin guard being broken off. Can the skier race in the helmet with no integral chin guard for their second slalom run? No, according to MHSAA rules, helmets designed and manufactured for the particular discipline of ski racing must be used in competition. A helmet used for slalom must have an integral chin guard. A broken integral chin guard is not allowed in competition. Skiers and coaches should inspect equipment after each run to identify and address any issues, ensuring safety before returning to the course.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. February 5th marks the 39th National Girls and Women in Sports Day, a day aimed to inspire girls to play sports, as there are a number of benefits to being part of a team. Those include an increase in confidence, physical and mental strength, and building character, to name a few. The MHSAA sponsors 15 sports for girls and is adding girls field hockey in the fall. With more than 120,000 participants, Michigan ranks 8th nationally in the number of girls participating in sports. That number counts students for each sport played, meaning students who are multiple sport athletes are counted more than once. The most popular girls' sports in Michigan continue to be outdoor track and field and volleyball, followed by basketball, cross country, and softball. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll be back next week.
Dan Hardenbrook inviting you out to one of the biggest events of the winter season. Our area loves it, and it is an annual tradition. It's the 11th annual Cabin Fever Cornhole Tournament to benefit the Newberry baseball programs. This year's event, Saturday, February 15th, at the Hugh Allen McInnes American Legion Post 74 right here in Newberry. We want you to come join the fun and help out the kids in our community. Grab your partner, see if you can take down the best beanbag tossers from around the region. Always a great event for the community, and we invite everyone to come out. Sign your team up now. $50 the registration fee. It's a two-person co-ed double elimination cornhole tournament. Cash prizes and other great items up for grabs in this year's Cabin Fever Cornhole Tournament. You can register by going online and getting your form from the 11th Annual Cabin Fever Cornhole Tournament Facebook page, or pick up a registration form from many local businesses. You can turn those in at the Newberry News, Pickleman's Total One Stop in Newberry Subway, the American Legion Post 74, and 1450 WNBY. Now, you want to get signed up soon. Spots filling up fast, and the registration deadline for teams is set for February 12th. Again, get those forms, drop them off at those sign-up locations. If you have had any questions regarding registering a team for this year's Cabin Fever Cornhole Tournament, you can contact Jason Tokar at 906-440-1348 or myself, Dan Hardenbrook, at 906-450-2750. Now, if you're not a cornhole player, that's okay. We've got something for you as well. Fun, games, and activities for the whole family going on all day long. Special raffles, a live and silent auction, 50-50 drawings throughout the day. Our baseball moms will do what they do best, running a full concession at the American Legion Post 74 during the event. We also have some special things going on as well that you do not want to miss. Come down, no entry fee, open to the public, but if you want to get a team signed up again, it's a $50 registration fee, and we need you to get signed up soon. So join us next weekend, Saturday, February 15th, at the Hugh Allen McInnes American Legion Post 74 for the 11th Annual Cabin Fever Cornhole Tournament. It's the biggest fundraiser of the year for our Newberry baseball programs. We hope to see you there. Don't miss it, the 11th Annual Cabin Fever Cornhole Tournament.
I love that our tagline is Your Health, Our Passion. It's definitely a passion for me. I take care of the people.
High-speed fiber internet is here. Say hello to Highline Internet. With lightning-fast speeds and reliable service, Highline keeps you connected to what matters most. Whether it's streaming TV, gaming, or working from home. No contracts or hidden fees here. Our blazing fast internet gives you the ultimate experience with no more buffering or lag. Plus, our friendly local support team is always here to help. Upgrade your internet today with Highline Internet and experience the difference. Visit highlinefast.com.
At Chevrolet, we appreciate your service, and we are happy to provide the most inclusive military offer of any car company. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
When it's time to head to the great outdoors, the Fish and Hunt Shop in Curtis has you covered. As your award-winning Ski-Doo, Sea-Doo, and Can-Am dealer, they're your one-stop shop from the water to the snow trails. Whether it's sales, service, rentals, or accessories, they've got everything you need to make your next trip unforgettable. Visit Fish and Hunt Shop on Main Street in Curtis or online at fishandhuntshop.com. The Fish and Hunt Shop, where your next great adventure begins.
All right, we are back here in Pickford, 47-22, your score at the half. Dan Hardenbrook on the mic, Gabe McNeil's running our camera, Steve Stifler's producing back at the home base in Newberry. Panthers, a big run at the end of the first to open this thing up. They were up by 13. And then after Newberry cut it to 6, a 17-3 run, and they have taken control, 47-22. Indians right to left. It's Raholly flying down the floor. Back iron, no. Sam Raholly hits the deck. Here's Story. Tracy Peterson wanted Story to keep pushing. Gets cut off, dishes it out. Story back in the corner. He'll try the drive again and a pass. Pickford doing whatever they want, and it's working out. Ball movement, Wiltfong for 3. He's out with Story, Bennon, McConkey, and McDonald for the Panthers. Wow, and Raholly gets called. McDonald had his arm hooked, and Raholly tries to shrug him off, and they call an offensive foul. Wow. Don't want that to take away from what the Panthers have done. Newberry forces a turnover back. Story all into him. Newberry is just adding to their frustration. And Josh Adams calls him for a travel. They must have something on Maddie. He has been the target. Story will bring it up. Newberry with Raholly, Teal, Martin, Hamilton, and Sam Raholly. Bennon, baseline drive. He was probably the MVP of the first quarter. McDonald tips it home. He helped lead the breakout in the second quarter. And Newberry has had the win completely taken out of their sails. 6 of their last 8 games have been wins. Their only losses in that period to Pickford and to Munising. Martin, loose ball, rattles off, no. Hamilton has it taken away. Raholly chasing him down. Pickford's got the trailer. McDonald, ball fake, drive and kick. Oh. Touchdown, Tommy hits a 3. Wow, Panthers are on fire. On film, in highlights, and in person, the best I have seen. Josh Adams has turned and warned the Newberry crowd. He looked at them all, said that's enough. Maddie at the line. Craig Whalen will check in. Caden Hamilton will come out 55-22. the Panthers of Pickford have led since about the 3-minute mark into the first quarter. Newberry scored the first basket to go up 2-0. Pickford responded the next trip down the floor with a three, and man, they cannot miss. This is shades of those old Cedarville teams with C.J. Pockhand and the Duncan boys. Run and gun, and they are burying everything tonight. Lights out in a 58-22 lead now. With over 5 to play, 5:08 Martin has it knocked away. Whalen, the rebound. He's not going to get pushed around. Throws a shot put off the backboard. Meet Craig, me strong. I love Craig Whalen. Might be my favorite player in the Eastern UP to watch. Steals it. Me Craig, me steal. Up to Teal. Runner, floater, no. Teal was bloodied up earlier. Gets the putback to go. Smooth as silk. Newberry just trying to keep this thing from running time. Open three. They pass it up. Tracy Peterson wants him to work the ball inside. McDonald fouled. Basket's good. And the bonus. 60-24 with 4:27 to go in the third. Tomorrow night, we're back on the ice. Well, not me, because that would be a disaster, but it'll be Emerald's varsity co-op hockey. Senior night at the Little Bear West Arena in Manistee. I believe 5 graduating players for the hockey program this year. That's the regular season finale. We welcome in the Kingsford Flivers, 7 o'clock the puck drop. Have that for you tomorrow night on our network Facebook and YouTube channels. Story, the steal, and the layup. Thursday night will be in Mid-Penn, or in Engadine, for a doubleheader against Mid-Penn. Rahali up and in. Engadine beat Mid-Penn in a boys and girls varsity doubleheader. Rahali gets one there, and he is jumping out of his shoes. Wednesday, the Newberry boys will go to Alanson. There won't be a broadcast for that one. And Rahali's coming out, and I think he just got a word from the official. For Newberry, with the seeding deadline coming up this weekend, Pickford, Alanson, and Brimley this week, that game with Brimley is going to decide the number 1 seed. Then they're home against St. Ignace and at Rudyard to wrap up the regular season. Newberry should finish with a winning record and could very easily be the second place team in the E.U.P Conference behind this Pickford team that's going to clinch the league title tonight. For the Panthers, they are pushing their way towards 15-1. They have not lost since December 27th at St. Ignace Wednesday. Home against Rudyard Friday. They end with, or go with Engadine. Big bucket there. And how about this game? February 20th, the regular season finale. It might be number 2 versus number 3. And both top 5 in the state. Pickford will go to Munising February 20th. Mustangs won the state title 2 years ago. Were upset last year. Man, oh man. We might have to make plans to make that trip to Munising, because that is going to be a potential state quarterfinal preview. But plenty to get through in the next couple of weeks before we get there. I believe Pickford will be in a district with Cedarville Detour and St. Ignace and Mackinac Island. Newberry's in with Brimley, Rudyard, Engadine, and Maplewood. Owen Yaden with it. 2:40 to go here in the third. 65-26 Panthers. Yaden, fade away. Newberry starting to get some of their guys off the bench into the game. Drive, shoulder into Whalen. Three is good for Mandrajak, and they're up by 40. And a timeout for Nate Moulton. 30-second timeout. And this might be just a sub here real quick. It is Oliver Navarro into the ball game. Newberry will also look to get Pavey in at some point. 30-second timeout here. Again, Newberry trying to sub to get guys some minutes here. So it's running time, and it'll stay that way, I believe, until they get Newberry, that is, back under a 35-point deficit. So Navarro in on that side. Gears is in. He was wearing number 50. We told you we didn't have that number in our program. But the film crew up here and Pickford doing a good job letting us know. 31 is Aiden Taylor. He's checked in. 21, Brushalski back. 10, Matt Collins. Bounce pass, turnaround. Whalen, me Craig, me strong. Banks it off the backboard and in. Fires a dart off the back of the glass. That one no good. Here's Rahali. Maddie racing. Gets hammered. Reach. Foul. Good. And the basket. He has needed some positive momentum. He's definitely earned it based on the effort. 68-32. And again, we run. Newberry, I think, got to get it to 35 if I remember right. Starts at 40 and then runs until you get back. Not like football where it's just a straight number. 35 and then it stays that way. Drive, Anderjack, travel. Rod Priscorn having an argument with them. Anderjack's laughing at him. Says, what do you want me to call? And now Tracy Peterson with his team up by 35, getting his 2 cents in. Oh, Newberry screeners. They're running the old Pistons motion with Rip Hamilton. And those two guys collided. Whalen, flip. Yaden off his face. Taylor, Rahali. Wow, that should have been a foul. Panthers get the follow. That's going off the rails here in southern Chippewa County. Navarro, who had a great game against Engadine for Newberry Friday night on homecoming night. Drive, Rahali, 1-on-3, fouled, and he'll get to the line. Which was part of, I think, Newberry's approach tonight was try and get Maddie in and get to the rim, maybe draw some fouls, a good free throw shooter, but he hasn't been able to buy many tonight. First one rattles off, no good. The old announcer jinx. 0.6 of a second to go in the third. 70-33 Panthers. Maddie splits them. Whistle. 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 End of the quarter. 70-34 as we head to the fourth. Panthers on top of the Indians. It's M123.
If you're looking for a furry friend to help brighten your days, then look no further than the Luce County Animal Shelter. They have many lovable pets, just waiting to find their forever homes. From playful pups and cuddly kittens to gentle dogs and cats looking for a quiet place to call home, the Luce County Animal Shelter has the perfect companion for you. Visit the Luce County Animal Shelter today and let's create heartwarming memories together. Because when you adopt, you're not just finding a pet, you're finding a lifelong friend.
I love that our tagline is your health, our passion. It's definitely a
High-speed fiber internet is here. Say hello to Highline Internet. With lightning-fast speeds and reliable service, Highline keeps you connected to what matters most. Whether it's streaming TV, gaming, or working from home. No contracts or hidden fees here. Our blazing fast internet gives you the ultimate experience with no more buffering or lag. Plus, our friendly local support team is always here to help. Upgrade your internet today with Highline Internet and experience the difference. Visit highlinefast.com to get started.
All right, back here in Pickford, we're just underway in the fourth quarter. Both teams subbing heavy here. Panthers lead at 70-34. Navarro, Stilson, Pavey, Yaden, and Hamilton for Newberry. Pickford's got Dakota Beamish, Aiden Taylor, Matt Collins, Mason Kirsten, and Mason Andrzejak for their 5. They are cruising. They have gotten better and better as the game goes on. They missed the 3. Out of bounds, got to go to Newberry, and it does. And now another Pickford sub from Coach Peterson, John Anderson, 6'5", junior. Pavey. Newberry still in the 5 out. It's more of a 4-round 1 now. Ball skipped to the corner. Caden Hamilton. They're posting up Stilson. I think Stilson should probably be feeding Hamilton. Crowd trying to help poor Owen Yaden, who was so quick to pass he forgot that he had the dribble blocked by Anderson or by Kirsten. Stilson.
A little late on that
Yep.
one.
Delayed foul, 70-34. We are running time with 6:25 to go. Oh. We are in the warmest spot, I guarantee you, in the Upper Peninsula tonight, and that is the Pickford press box. Rahali went to the locker room at the quarter break. He's coming back out for Newberry, but those guys got to be done. Pavey rips it away. He's about ready to go Hulk versus Andre, WrestleMania 3 on Anderson. Lifted him right up off the ground almost. Another change. Tracy Peterson going to get them all in. .42 not listed either. Crossover, Taylor. Or Kirsten, rather. I don't know how I'm getting guys mixed up with Anderson when he's 6'5". See how Pickford approaches this one. They have been quick on the trigger. Turnaround jumper, no. Littlest guy on the floor goes and gets the rebound. Anderson tried to save it. If he's 6'3", he's okay. Lob too far. Anderson, again, if he's 6'3" on that end, he's okay. 6'5", hurting the poor young man. Lob, Pavey, nope. Oh, my. Navarro, the save. Broken up. Oh, my. Anderson hits it. The crowd goes wild. Big man showing some range. Anderson with the jumper, 72-35. 4:13 to go in the fourth. Newberry's got guys screening each other. Been a tough night for the Indians. They are certainly better what they showed. And Pickford, after a 19-point win the first time, has gone lights out here tonight on the home floor. And they are building something exciting. The JV's now, 51 in a row down here in Pickford. The varsity, 14-1, 52 in a row. We pulled in. We were 45 minutes before tip-off, and the parking lot was 3/4 full. Hamilton trips himself. Somebody check on Caden Hamilton. He looks okay. The floor might not be. Pavey, left wing. Goes to Navarro. Pickford has not let up at either end. Stilson, I don't know what he's doing, but it worked. The floating jump stop. It's the mid-paint jumper and under 3 to go, 74-37. Panthers doubling up the Indians. Drive, Pavey, a little bump. I don't think we're going to get much of anything unless it's egregious the rest of the way. Oh, Stilson lost the handle. Got it back. He's guiding traffic. We'll go 5 out here. Swing to the left. Screen and cut. Oh, a bullet right at the feet of Owen Yaden. Stilson fouled, trying to slow Pickford down. Panthers will get it back as Sam Rahali's in. Owen Yaden will come in. Who did Pickford go with? 44. Don't have him either. Might have started pulling kids out of the crowd at halftime. Travel on the Panthers. Stilson's calling for one. I want to see Craig play point guard. Stilson. Rahali. What a mismatch. Sam Rahali's like half the size of Anderson. It's a big man. And he tips that one. Outlet. Panthers. Fast break. Looks like a track relay. No good. Navarro to Stilson. Stilson looking to the corner in Hamilton. Taken away. Baseline drive. A rocket again. Out of bounds. Fire. I got to Caden Hamilton maybe to play some third base. Fires an absolute rocket. Panthers to inbound. 1 minute to go. And they may just pass this thing around here. Tough for these kids who don't get in the game to not get excited about taking a shot. Drive here, Kirsten, guarded by Pavey. Pavey selected to the EUP All-Star football game. Going to be a lot of kids from the Great Lakes 8 East in that. Pavey fouls Anderson. Going to be the baseline. If everybody kind of takes their time here, oh, they stop it. Stopping it at the free throw line so you don't stall. That's why I don't make the rules. I would have let it run. Free throw, no good. Anderson with 2 points tonight. Now he's got his third. Splits the free throw. On the inbound, Newberry down 75-37. Stilson and Pavey chatting along the way. Pavey with the cut stolen. Kirsten carries it. Layup good. Hamilton slaps the backboard. There was a whistle. I don't know why it is stopped here. Stilson calling for somebody to take it out. Josh Adams should have just became a Newberry Indian for a minute there and fed him one. Newberry going to try and get one at the buzzer. It's Navarro. No. Pickford will hold it. Stilson trying to keep playing. Gets elbowed at. That's a kid that doesn't get to play a lot. That's trying to earn some minutes. But the Panthers control this one. 75-37. The final in this one. We'll step aside. Post game coming up from Helen Newberry Joy Hospital and Healthcare Center when we come back.
I love that our tagline is Your Health, Our Passion. It's definitely a passion for me. I take care of the people that take care of the people.
Helen Newberry Joy Hospital and Healthcare Center's new CEO, Helen Johnson.
But I am really a Northern Michigan girl. I started my career out here as a young nurse in oncology in Marquette. It was so natural for me to be able to move back. It is a different way of life. You just breathe a little easier. My husband and I really are outdoors people. If I'm outdoors around a campfire, get a little bit of smoke in your hair. That is just a happy place for me.
Johnson loves the intimacy of small town healthcare.
Living and working in a rural community gives us a unique opportunity to connect with our patients one-on-one. I want them to say, I was at your hospital recently, and the next thing I want them to say is, and it was great.
Helen Newberry Joy's new CEO, Helen Johnson.
I have had such a great welcome to this community.
Helen Newberry Joy Hospital and Healthcare Center. Your health, our passion.
All right, we are back here in Pickford. The fans, as you see there on camera, are hanging around and enjoying the celebration. It's a 75-37 win. Pickford was up by 13 at the end of one. Newberry started the second quarter with a nice little run. They had this thing down to 6. And playtime was over from there for the Panthers. They caught fire. They ratcheted up the pressure defensively. They went full court. They went 1-3-1 trap. They swarmed, and their help defense was fantastic. Again, they could not miss, and they went on a barrage from three-point land and opened up a big lead at the half. What it was a 24-3 run, I think, into the second and early part of the third. And then they just never let up. Took the wind out of the sails of the Indians, and they win it 75-37. Your post-game report brought to you by Helen Newberry Joy Hospital and Healthcare Center. Dan Hardbrook, Gabe McNeil. We're hanging out here in Pickford. You were running the camera, and man, oh man, I've seen Pickford play a lot of basketball, and if they do that, they are going to be a tough out in a couple of weeks come tournament time.
Oh, 1,000% agree. 1,000% agree.
I saw Gunnar Bennon dominate the first quarter. I saw Eli McDonald dominate the third quarter. I saw Tommy Story hit 3 straight trips down the floor. And by the end of this thing, Tracy Peterson, they show off their depth a little bit. I bet you they probably had 10 or 11 different guys get in the scoring column. Transition, 3-point, offensive rebound, putback. No need to beat the dead horse for the Indian fans. They never really got a chance to get going in this one. They were taken out of the rhythm early. Holly's frustrated. It wasn't pretty. I'm not going to accuse anybody of making that thing personally. Just for whatever it was, something about his game tonight, he wasn't getting a call. So now he gets frustrated. Logan Teal starts pouring out of the nose, has to come out of the ball game in the second quarter. Now Keegan Martin, who is normally getting a break at that time to kind of get him to halftime and be able to finish the game, is now he's out there and he's got no help by himself. And Newberry had a real hard time with the length and the size of Pickford tonight. But they will regroup because all eyes for them on tournament time as well. They get a Lansing, 5:30 the JVs Wednesday, 7 o'clock the Varsity. Should be a winnable game for the Indians, kind of a get-right night to bounce back. Maybe they try to work on a couple of wrinkles. It'll be interesting to see. Nate Moulton needs something. They made a great improvement over Christmas break. They won 6 out of 8 coming into tonight. They're still having a little bit of trouble creating some offense, and now they know, okay, we lost to Brimley earlier in the year. We've lost to Munising, number 3 ranked team in the U.P. We've lost to Pickford, number 2 ranked team in the U.P. These are the teams that if we win a district, we're going to have to come see later in the postseason. They've got to find that next step. And I know Nate Moulton is already talking about it with the guys. I'll get a text from him tonight or early tomorrow morning about something he sees when he's uploading film. And they'll go to work with the Lansing. And then Brimley, the MHSA sets the seeds for the district tournament Sunday after this week's competitions wrap up. So Newberry at Brimley Friday night is going to be a big one for those two teams. Pickford, they know they're a number 1 seed. It'll be official on Sunday. They also know that they're the 2025 EUP Conference champions with their win here tonight. 9-0 in conference play. They can do no worse, even if they lose the rest of the way, which isn't going to happen. They would get the tiebreaker because they have beaten everybody once and are just trying to finish the job. Our players of the game tonight, we like to pick one from each side. I'm going to give you the honors tonight. Here's your little cheat sheet that I stole from you.
Oh, please, and thank you.
Pickford, who you got tonight? I know it was Bannon early. It was McDonald. It was Story. Shoot, Wilt Fong got hot.
I think I got to give it to my guy, number 24, Eli McDonald. He was consistent on both sides of the floor tonight.
The blocks early, too, kind of changed that game where Newberry looked like they were trying to come inside. It worked the first time. They got him in foul trouble. That allowed them to keep this thing close the whole way. That is a solid pick for them. On the Newberry side, again, not much in the way of momentum, but I think we got to go with a guy that we've seen play 2 pretty good ball games in a row, and that's got to be Logan Teal, right?
Oh, no. I agree.
He was kind of slowed with the nosebleed in the second. He had to come out, change jerseys. We've seen that 2 nights in a row. Rahali, man, oh man, he's going to be purple just like it is here in Pickford. But Logan Teal's only a sophomore, and he was running the floor tonight so they could try to get Martin off the ball, open for some shots, and give Newberry credit. Right idea, just couldn't execute, and a lot of that is Pickford here tonight. Our next broadcast again tomorrow night, senior night for the Emeralds hockey program. That's Munising, Manistee, Newberry's combined high school team. They will drop the puck 7 o'clock in Kingsford. Safe travels if you're listening to us here in Pickford, making your trips home or out to another event this week. Want to thank Gabe McNeil. He was money on the camera again tonight.
Now, thank you, my guy.
Steve Stifler and Pickford fans, you'll get to hear plenty of Gabe. He is going to be your new voice on the E.U.P Sports Network coming up here in 2025. Steve Stifler produced our halftime show, got the graphics and the commercials ready to go to take care of our great team of advertisers. And, of course, the largest audience you'll find anywhere, especially right here in the Eastern E.U.P. Glad to be able to bring you the sights and sounds of this one here tonight. Panthers claim a conference championship 74-38, your final. It's M123 FM and the E.U.P Sports Network.